Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. I've got a super simple, easy, quick, scrappy project for you today. We're going to be making some clusters, and all you need to make them is any scraps you've got in your scrap box. The focal point on each one is a label. I'm using some Tracie Fox labels. I'll link them in my description. And use something that you've got laying around on your desk. I'd not tidied up from my last project, which was these magnetic tabs. So I've got my eyelets on my desk. So I've put an eyelet in my clusters. I think it's just added a little bit of something. And I'll use mine in this journal I'm throwing together. Well, some of them I'm hoping to make more than I need. That one, when I made that cluster, I had in mind that could be a pocket, could be a side tuck, could be a top tuck, could actually be a book plate for the front. And I've made this smaller one again. It could be either of those, any of those things, or all of those things. Anyway, let's shut up waffling and get cracking on. This is an M's Scrapbusters challenge. That's the challenge run by Melina over at Me Crafty Scrapper. And yeah, those are the rules. If we're going to say rules, I don't like rules. Use your scraps and a label for the focal point and something you've got hanging about on your desk. So these are all hanging about on my desk, but I don't think I want to go tearing into full sheets. No, they're going to be, I might keep that out. That one, yeah, I'll keep that one out. That looks good. So pop those out of my way. Don't fall, because we don't want to craft lunch today. Move the journal for now as well. And let's get tearing. So they're the two I've made. So I'll grab a handful of, I've already grabbed a handful of scraps. Look, I'm semi-organised. I'm going to make some more with this because I really liked that one on the brown. I don't use a lot of brown. I think this was an end page from an Edith Oldham book. And yeah, it was. I think some of these might be a bit big. I don't want that many pockets, do I? Let's tear that one again. And yeah, let's mass make a few. So 1, 2, I don't like that cocked up end, so I'm going to tear that again. As you can see, we've got white edges on some sides, but not all, but that don't bother me. I'm going to ink with my, I've re-inked my Distress Oxide. So I'm going to have to remember not to be too, heavy-handed with it. Someone did comment that they feared for my Distress Oxide drying out because I never put lid on. I don't put lid on, not till I've finished. And even then, sometimes, I don't put lid on. I'm a nightmare for not tidying up. I'm the kind of person who makes a sandwich and you can see exactly what I've eaten by what I've left on the side in the kitchen. Right, that bit looks like it will do good. This is just a bit that were left over from my first cluster. But, yeah, that's rest at page. I've got some music paper. A little tiny piece of ledger paper. I like that number. We could have an upwards ways cluster here, couldn't we? So yeah, you can see they're starting to come together already, even though we've not really done anything yet. I've got some brown paper. I'm going to tear that in half again. This has a shiny and a dull side. I like to see the dull side, and I am inking because that's the style of journal that these are going to end up in. I'm going to tear that straight bit off there. Don't like it, and it's creased, but I like that. This was paper that I've received something in, a parcel at some point. Let's ink that. If you're making something nice and light and bright for spring, you wouldn't need to. Yeah. Oh, did you see my community post, any of you? Oh, I was going to do this video yesterday, but I had a little visitor to the craft room. A wasp. Yeah. It weren't a nice welcome visitor. It terrified me. So if you don't like the look of wasps, don't look on my community page, because there is a big picture of, it was huge, this wasp. I'm telling you, it was about 1.5 inches long. I've never seen a wasp that big. I don't know if it's been hibernating in here somewhere and woke up, or got in through window, because I did have my window open letting some fresh air in, and then it rained so I shut it. Maybe I've trapped the wasp in. Oh, that's interesting. A bit of corrugated stuff. Yeah, I'm just rifling in my scrap box. I've put a lot of other stuff in as I tidied up. Oh, that's a bag of scraps. I'll get that bag of scraps out. Whee. Oh yeah, I'm liking that, a bit of cardboard. Yeah. Let's ink the edges of that. So yeah, oh, the wasp. Honestly, the whole palaver took a couple of hours because I would not take my eye off that wasp. I was absolutely terrified that I'd take my eye off the wasp and it would move and be in here somewhere and I wouldn't know where. Kids thought I were absolutely crackers. I sent my eldest to get the Hoover because I thought, yeah, hoover it up. It's a bit docile. And then I'm like, but if I hoover it up, how am I going to get it out of the Hoover? Missed a bit of ink there. So, yeah, that didn't happen. Right, that's looking good. Don't know what else I want on that. Where? I think I like that. Yeah, and then I'll put a label on that. So, it's a massish make, this. I just rip loads of stuff up and then decide what's going on. Do I like that one? I don't know if that one stands out enough. It needs to be darker black or a red or something. Ooh, we've got a oval label here. I think that, yeah. Right, so I'm going to glue that one down. I'm going to use a mixture of my glue stick and my art glitter. I've got twin trolls now. Twin trolls. I've got twin girls, so I had to buy another troll to make a matching set. Yeah, it's my new pincushion. And stress relief ball. Whee, love them. Anyway, move the trolls. Oh dear. Right, get a glue stick, woman. I'm not using a glue book today. I'm trying this method. See if it's less messy. I'm just moving the paper about on top of the big fat glue stick. Now, because that has got some lines on, I've got to be a little bit precise with them. No, I don't like that method, so I'm going to have to grab a glue book. That's just an old book, if anyone's wondering, any of my beginners. I just use old novels, and then I recycle the paper. So, 2 ticks while I grab one. And I'm back. I've got a glue book. I've just noticed also I'm moving near at bottom of my desk as I go. Not good. Move your stuff. A challenge where you've got to use something off your desk. Now, tidy people may have a problem with that. I've got that much stuff on my desk. I'm spoilt for choice. Right, where were I going? Oh, we're going to glue that one next, won't I? Crazy lady. So, yeah, I like that method of gluing much better. Yeah, I can't glue like that. Where does that need to go? There it will go. Ta-da. I might tear that down a bit small around it. I don't know. I'm going to glue this one with my art glitter glue. Yeah, I didn't put it exactly where I wanted it, did I? That's what you get running off to find something. I've lost my ink blender. Oh my word. There it is. Yeah. See, I'm no more organised. Did I finish telling you about that wasp? Yes. So anyway, I was watching that wasp forever. I sent one at kids to get over. Then I'm like, I can't over it up because I may never get it back out of over again. And I'd need a new over. So I googled it while watching it. A couple of times it disappeared. It was on my windowsill, crawling around everything. So I googled, and apparently soapy water. So here we go. I've got my spray bottle full of soapy water, and I squirted that wasp until, and I'm sorry if anyone's a wasp lover. If there are any wasp lovers, just go and watch another channel, because I don't like wasps. And I squirted it till it stopped moving. Then I ended up having, I like that. Yeah, I like that. But I think I want an eyelet in that, just to give it some more interest over here. And I'm just gonna, so my something off my desk is an eyelet. I'm gonna stick an eyelet in them. Just a random colour. I'm not right bothered. So yeah, that was the story of the wasp. Ugh, terrible wasps. Really don't like them. And squidge. Yeah, I don't know what that eyelet adds, but it just adds something, doesn't it? I like that one. So now let's move on to this one. I like that bit there. I want something underneath. What have we got? Let's have a look in this bag. I'm terrible with scraps. I don't like to chuck out away. Oh, that's just a bit of tea-dyed paper. Oh, a book page with a bit of... I've probably ripped that off thinking, yeah, that looks good. I need to use that on something. We've even got bits of doily, but I don't think these are fluffy doily kind of clusters I'm making today, are they? I like that. It's the Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter. I'm going to tear that down a little bit more because I just want that stamp showing in the bottom corner, I think. In fact, I'm going to turn that cluster upside down now. I want him there. Yeah. Let's ink him. Yeah, I keep forgetting I've re-inked. I'm getting loads of ink on everything now today. I want you there. Oh, he's sideways. Oh, he's sideways anyway, isn't he? So I might have either got to have him sideways or the writing. Oh, I'll have the writing sideways. I can live with that. I really don't want a sideways Mad Hatter. Yeah, I like that. So let's glue that one on. I've not made clusters for ages. I watched Melina's mum, Miss E, over at Scrapbooking with me, do hers this morning, and she was saying she's only got 2 clusters, so it was the perfect one for her. I didn't realise how perfect it was for me at the time, because I didn't realise I was so low on clusters. But obviously I am. Right, that's that, and let's stick the Mad Hatter on. There we go. I've got to line that bit up there. There can't just be total chaos in my clusters. There's got to be a bit of, yeah, organisation. And I want another label. I don't want it to cover that number or the Mad Hatter, though, because he's nearly become the focal point of this one, hasn't he, rather than the label. I think I may have to go back to keeping my labels in a folder. So I'm just making a mess and rifling in here. They do look cute in this tin. But, ooh, time. I know it's not the Mad Hatter who's always going on about time. It is the rabbit, but I think that is the perfect label for this. Whee. Time. And we'll put you, plonk you right there in the middle, mate. Straighten you up a smidgen. Just a smidgen. And I think stick a eyelet in that corner and call it done. I could actually just punch holes. Yeah, I don't need the eyelet, do I? I could just have the hole. Do you know what? I'm going to leave that one as a hole. Yeah, you just be a hole. You don't have to have an eyelet. So, let's do a couple more of these brown ones. And then we'll move on to another colour. We'll use you because you're there on desk. We'll use you because you're part inked as well, aren't you? We'll rip you off there. Yeah, I talked paper as well. I was going to say if it moves, I'll talk to it. But no, it doesn't have to move for me to talk to it. I'll just talk to anything. I didn't want to talk to that wasp, though. Oh, dear, that was terrible. You're already inked, aren't you, mate? Yeah, you can go on. You can go there. I think I want a long, tall label for this. I think there are some upwards ways labels. Yeah, I've got a green one there. I like that. I like this one, but I think that needs to go on a bigger cluster. Or could I just put it on that one, make it sideways ways? Ooh, tell you what, you can move to that one. You can turn sideways and you can go on it. There we go. How easy with that. Glue that down now before you change your mind, because I'm very good at over-faffing and changing my mind when I make stuff like this. It's just checking my likes. It's very, very odd today, light. Keeps coming and going. That's better. I can see what I'm doing. I will obviously have adjusted that one. Now I've got some more editing skills. I know how to adjust the brightness on certain parts of video. I often still get it wrong, but I am trying. Some would say very trying. There we go. You will have noticed as well, when I make clusters, I'm not too into having all these other bits hanging over edge. I don't know why it is. That's just me when I make a cluster. I'm quite happy with having that music paper sideways ways. I think I might pop it down there actually. We'll put it very near edge, and then I might put an extra bit on. Yeah, let's put you on as well. So there's no method, there's no rhyme or reason to why I put what I do where I do. It's basically just when I think it looks good. Yeah, I like that. We'll ink your edge a little bit. And I think I may put 2 eyelets in this one at either side of the label. That might be good. Let's try you with glue stick, mate, rather than art glitter, because you're going to be held on by eyelets as well now. You've stuck to book. Oh, go away. I've never been a tidy crafter, not even as a kid. I was one of them kids, like I say, in kitchen, you can tell what I've eaten by what's left on the side. You could tell what I'd made, even without seeing the finished project, because it'd be all over me. Right, I'm going to let that dry for a minute or two before I start punching holes in the middle where I've glued. So we've got that one, that one, that one. Hey, we're cooking with gas with these, cooking with gas. Now, where's the other one I was doing? I've lost it. There it is. Found you, mate, found you. So we want you on there. Somehow I like that. We're going to have you on as a focal point. Let's ink round the edge of you, but then we're going to need some other bits. Whee! We've got a wee in. Thank you again to everyone and your well wishers. Yeah, I think we're over the COVID now. I thought I were last week, but then we've been plagued with sinuses this week, me and my youngest. Yeah, looking at a screen was just painful. It was horrible. So I've listened to lots of audiobooks. Yeah, let's have a bit of this plain tea dyed underneath. Yeah, you can go there. I don't know if I like that curved bit. I want the straight bit showing. Yeah, you can go there. You can go there. You can go there. Yeah, I like that one. I don't think that needs more. So let's glue that one on. Whee. There we go. I might need to move to the next page of my book because the glue is getting very sticky. Top tip, glue gets sticky. I just threw that over my shoulder. I'm not quite sure I'll put recycling bin. I'm sure one of the kids will pick it up as they pass the craft room if it's on landing. Or cat will play with it. Boy, does that cat love playing with crumpled up balls of paper. And pom-poms. She loves pom-poms. I dropped a box of pom-poms in my bedroom. I picked most of them up, and it was like behind the door. I've got like a bookcase behind my door, and the box of pom-poms was on there. So I just shut door and it thought I'll pick them up another time. But Nala's discovered the pom-poms behind the door, but it's one of them. Nala, where shall I put that? There. That's not my favourite one. That's not my favourite. It needs something else and I don't know what. Maybe a row of holes or cluster or eyelets. Yeah. Needs a row of eyelets. 1, 2, 3. I can put 3 eyelets on one cluster. Shall I make them gold? Yeah, so with the cat and the pom-poms, it's like she sneaks in and grabs a pom-pom. We're finding them all over the house. But she doesn't know that we know that she knows where the pom-poms are. So I'm pretending I don't know. But a cat with 3 bells on a collar is really hard not to hear. It's hard for her to sneak in and us not know about it. Ooh, that's 1. I can put 3 eyelets on one cluster. I can. I don't know if they're straight. Whee. Oh, yeah, that's really finished that cluster off now. I like it much better now. And of course, when you add these to your projects, you can always put something else on. Just because I've said that's finished doesn't mean I can't ever add anything else. Right, that's all my brown ones done apart from this. Right, I think I'm going to mark this. No, I won't. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing it. That looks about where I want it. It's much more fun when you wing it. And that. They're nearly straight, nearly straight. What colour shall I use? I think I might just use the silver. Do you know when I first used to craft and use eyelets and things, every project, all the metal had to match? I think about that now and I think, you crazy woman, why? Use all sorts of colours now. I like that. It does look like the label is held on by the eyelets, even though it's not. That one don't want to squeeze. I got, oh, can you see? I've got one of those. You know, the little round rings that you're supposed to put on the back of eyelet. I've got it on the front of the eyelet. It's making it harder to squeeze somehow. Oh, but I like it. I'm going to get another one and do it again. I'll show you what I mean. One of those. It had accidentally got around the eyelet and I've put it in with that there. So it's like the eyelet's got a little wash around it. Gives it a different look again. Now, if the back of these are too rough, if you're going to use them as pockets or anything, you can always pop another piece of paper on to cover that up. I like that. Ta-da! They're all very brown though, aren't they? They're all very brown. But I really wanted to use that piece of paper up. So now I'm going to make some that aren't, starting off with brown. I've got these from my last project all over at desk. Let me show you. These are the, that's some bits of the calligraphy paper. Yeah, I made a mistake doing my flipping and flapping and I've ended up with all those. I don't think I want to rip those for clusters though. I could rip one, I suppose. I don't know. But that one, yeah, I was trying to make a bank of the magnetic tabs and I got a bit lost with all the flipping and flapping and folding. And it just didn't happen. So I'm going to rip that up. So if ever you do try one of these flippy flappy projects where you have to score and fold and it goes wrong, all I then do is rip them up or cut them up. You can always use them for something else, especially if you were using your nice paper and it all went a little bit Pete-tong. There we go. That's some more cluster fodder. That's even a thing. Put your lid in that. Put your pin in. There you go. Well done. Put your lid on that while you're tearing. Well done. I've got to tell myself well done, haven't I? Put your lid on your ink for everything's brown. Well, everything were brown on them last clusters, weren't it? Right. So, I'm going to make some with this as a base. I like this. This was an old paper pad I got from the works in UK, so don't be asking me where I got that from. It's not a brand. Yeah, I'm going to leave that size. I like that. Yeah, we'll make a couple with that. So we'll do a mass make of 2 now. Right, I'm loving the ledger paper on these and the music paper. I'm not feeling the straw paper today. Oh, that's good. That's a piece of a typewriter book. I love them. Piece of a Chinese dictionary. What's that? Oh, that's actually a journal card. Oh, yeah. I like that side. Not so keen on that side. Don't know why. Ooh, and some check paper. Right. Let's pop some on here. I like how bold that bit is, so I'm going to put that bit on. That actually would have been really good on a very plain background, wouldn't it? No, that don't fit on there. That's just not happening, is it? It's just really not happening. Use a piece of that one instead, woman. Yeah, when that's inked, that'll look good. A bit of my checked paper. In fact, just accept it. You're covering background up. It's happening. Right, ink that edge. So yeah, what else have I got to waffle about? Not a lot. I've had a very chilled week. We've rested. Yeah, my eldest Becca's been fine. Absolutely fine. It's just me and my youngest. Yeah, it just took us a while to shake that COVID off. You think you're better with that, and then you're just like, ugh, again. Hopefully now we're good. Right, I'm going to glue that on. First, I'll ink the edge of this. Yeah, something else I couldn't do at one point is I couldn't have a cluster with some straight edges and some ripped edges. It were either straight or ripped. I can't remember which way around I had them now. Sometimes I need to just shut up talking and go on with crafting, but I find that extremely difficult to do. It's not in my nature. Where's glue stick gone now? I put lid on, congratulated myself on keeping it tidy. Oh, no, that's a different glue stick. That'll be right, we'll use it. Ooh, this is very sticky. Not been used in a bit. Oh, I knocked it over. It's buried under a pile of paper. Did I expect anything else? That's that. Whee. I don't think my desk's level, is it? Where that's rolling. It's not the ghost. It's not the ghost. I keep saying I've not got a ghost because someone... I'm sorry, I never remember the name of the person. I need to write these things down as they happen. Someone indicated that in one of my videos, something moved on its own all of a sudden. It jumped across the table. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my word, it did. And it was some tickets. Now, all I can think is that off camera behind those tickets at the time, I had some coiled up tickets that maybe uncoiled. And I didn't notice it as I was filming. But these tickets, yeah, it went top right hand corner, it just went, duh. I'm like, oh my word. So maybe I've got a coil of tickets that sort of uncoiled a little bit. I'm hoping I did, otherwise I've got a ghost. And I don't want a ghost. Ooh, bit of blue. I like that. So now I'm like, every time something happens, I'm like, it's not a ghost. It's like I'm convincing myself that I don't have a ghost. If you know what I mean. I'm going to use this for this. I've printed these labels out on some, is it 160 GSM. It's like very thin card, very thick paper, isn't it? So sometimes I'm not convinced that the glue stick alone will hold them over an amount of time. Now this one, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put its own little tab on it. I can do that. I can. What shall I do it with? What about this? Yeah. I've ripped that. And yeah, just keep the other bit straight. I can put a tab on a cluster. Oh, I don't like that though. I don't like it on this one. Mine to look good there. No, it's not happening. I'm just going to put an eyelet. I've got this. I did it on one of my prototypes. Look, I've got a little sticker around the eyelet there somewhere on my desk. You may have seen it in passing. Here it is. I've got these stickers. There's long straight strips and then there's these circular ones. I like them. I need to get the edge ink though, so by the time I've inked edge, there's going to be no glue hardly left on it. That was me thinking when I did it before. I put the sticker on that I'm like, that's going to peel off because I've had my fingers all over it. So that's why I then put my eyelet through the middle. There we go. And what colour eyelet shall we have this time? Let's look in my other box. I'm going to have to stop and tidy up in a minute. Whee, that one will do. We like you. I really need to buy some more bronze ones. I don't have any. Oh, I've got about 3 bronze ones left. It's like I'm not using them last 3 till I get some more. Whee. Oh, I quite like that. So we've done a couple now, haven't we, that don't have brown backgrounds. Let's do one on that. I'm going to pick my label first this time. Yeah, like I've totally forgot again the name of this label set, but all Tracie's label sets are pretty gorgeous anyway, so it don't matter which one you get. I just got the latest because I couldn't remember which ones I already had, and I fancied some that I'd not used before. Whee! I think it's going to be that approved by... Oh, should we have a red one? We need a bit more colour in our lives. Travel ticket, there we go. So I've completely changed my mind about 3 times there, but hey-ho. And I want to put some of this on, I think, as well. Yeah, but first I will layer something up. What shall we have? I want a bit of that ledger paper. Have I got any left? Yes. This is my coveted one and only ledger book that I ever bought, because they're just too expensive. Well, I'm saying that. Got a lot of work, got a lot of use out of it. Do I really want this when I've got a red ticket? Yeah, I do. I'm going to rip that off. Get ink in. Yeah, remember you've re-inked your ink pad, missus. Yeah, I had to, if anyone's got the Distress Oxide and they try and re-ink it, I ended up looking up a video. Well, I looked at lots of videos actually, because when you re-ink the Distress Oxide, it seems to just want to sit on top, and I'm like, what now then? Is it time to buy a new Distress Oxide ink pad? But no, apparently, well, I'm not apparently, because I did it and it worked. You put your blobs of ink on, then you get a plastic card and you just gently massage, well, just gently, and it eventually sinks into your ink pad, and it seemed to work a treat. Maybe that's something everybody else already knows. Maybe I am the last one to party on this one. I don't know. It could be one of them. When you get to a certain age, which is younger for some of us than others, you forget things as quick as you learn them. I do. I'm terrible at that. And I want something darker, which I want that strip. Where's it gone? There it is. I just want some of that on it. I do, and I don't know why. So we've got loads of stripes on this one now, haven't we? Crosses. Crosses? Lines. See, I couldn't even remember what a line were called then. There we go. I like that. But now I'm thinking I don't want the red ticket, so I shouldn't have picked the ticket first, because it now does not go with the cluster I've made. I'm getting faffier with these clusters as I go along, aren't they? Quick, easy project if you don't faff. Item collection ticket. I don't know. I've got that stuck to me. That's one of those I've punched out of something. It's now eternally stuck on my finger. You'll see that on the next video. Ooh, I think I've used that one before, because I did cut a few sets of these labels out. What do I want to do? Do I want green? Do I want green? I'm sure I've used that one before, or I've had it out to use and not used it. Use it, ink it up, make it look majorly grungy, and then you know you're going to love it more. There we go. He's now good to go. Stick an eyelet in, and we're done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. I don't even know why I said that. I think just, I do it often. Mouth opens, words come out, then brain engages. It's a good job I don't swear like I used to when I was younger, or this would be an X-rated channel. Yeah, I always worked... I worked with a lot of men when I was younger in a factory, and they just swear, don't they? They do, and you pick it up. Oh, come back. And squeeze. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we've got 8 so far. Right, I now need to make some more. Can you I'm on a roll now. This has turned into its own little mass make. I sort of want to use that. It is a Project Life card, and they can be a bit annoying. when you've got them everywhere. I'm going to use it. Rip it up, woman. Rip it up and make clusters out of it. There you go. I like. You can be a long, thin cluster. And you can be 2 square clusters. Yay. So I'm going to mass make 4 clusters now. Get your ink out again. I'm doing so well remembering to put lid on. My fingers are disgusting. Yeah. Inky dinky dinky doo. Do 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 do. There you go. Oh, I used to take forever to ink as well. Now I'm just like, slap it on. Slap it on. There we go. Sorted. It's gone very quiet, hasn't it? There we go. Sorted. Inked. Me running out of words. Oh no, I'm just... Oh, disaster strikes. The labels are everywhere. I should have a siren that goes off when this happens. You might also notice Gertrude's very quiet today. She's on floor. She fell on floor and I've not picked her up yet. Poor bird. Poor thing. I'm sorry, Gertrude, that you're on floor. Right, that's going to go that way. I think I'm going to have that way. Because I'm also thinking what could be top cuts, top tucks, corners and whatever. Yeah. That, and that. Right. I fancy some different scraps on this one. So let's have another look in here, what we got. Ooh, a mushroom. No, I'm liking my text and things. Different colour of music paper. Oh, that's already inked nicely for us. What's that? Oh, we've got a label. I don't want to use it though. That would make not a label, a sticker. That would make a lovely focal point, but I don't want labels and flowers. It'll spoil the look now. I've gone for very grungy, yeah, clusters. I don't want to sticking flowers on. Why would I? Oh, that's some nice paper. Oh, that's... I think that was something... I printed that on newsprint paper for a project a while back. Oh, we've got that. Yeah, that should be something a bit different for us. Right, let's get inking. The more random I am with these clusters, the more I like them. If I overthink them, they go a little bit wrong. I don't know if any of you will have seen, I think Pam at the Paper Outpost did a challenge last year, and I thought I'm going to give that a whirl. And it were making clusters blindfolded. I'm not joking. They were the nicest clusters I've made, and I did them blindfolded. It were like, yeah, I did have, well, not adult supervision. One of my children supervised, and I stapled them. And I managed not to staple any fingers. But yeah, they were absolutely lovely. It's like, that just proves that faffing too much and overthinking doesn't always make your project nicer, does it? If you can make nice ones blindfolded. So they were the kind of clusters where I had bits overhanging. And I liked them. But there's something in me does not want to do that. So there we go. Let's have a bit. I liked that. Ooh, some lines. I also like the writing on the other side. I think this is a cookbook. It's either a cookbook or an Edith Olden garden notes or cookery notes book. Not sure which. Yeah, we'll have you there, liking that. You can go there. I do like the look of this. Let's tear you off though. I mean, this is all creased and wrinkly. One time I'd have thrown that away and like, no, I can't put that on a project. But I sort of like that kind of thing now. Isn't it funny how your tastes change and what you deem acceptable at one point, again, totally changes. Right, I'm going to stick that one on. Yeah, let's have them go wrong way. Yeah, we like that. That might end up turning that way. Yeah, it has done. That's ended up turning a different way because it can. Whee. There we go. They could not be any easier, these. I told you it were a nice, simple, easy project just to ease me back into crafting. I've been in my craft room twice in the last 3 weeks. That's crazy. That's another ball foot cap. Whee. Toss it behind me. That one went there, didn't it? I like that bit. I want that bit showing. I've just totally misread something then. I misread marjoram. Enough said on that one. You don't want to know what I misread that as. Right. I've no idea how long I've been making these. So I suppose this is a good video for anyone who's missed the dulcet sounds of my voice. Anyone who wanted a quick project, you've probably gone now. You've probably gone and finished making a journal. That one's going to go like that. I'm dying to put that red ticket on something, aren't I? I'm just going to put it there and stop faffing. I keep being drawn to it and then not using it. I think it needs something behind it just to highlight it. Oh, we've got that. Oh, that's it. I forgot I had this. I'm going to put that behind it. There we go. So yeah, this one probably would be better as a book plate on something because it's not really thick cardboard. I like that. Can I do it Katie cornered? No, because I just don't have it in me. That's my next thing to overcome. Wanting to put things on straight all the time. Sometimes I can do it, other times I just can't. I did it when I did the blindfolded clusters and I liked them. Why I can't do it now is anyone's guess. I'm going to put that slightly near at top. Yeah, I like that. Go for it, woman. Go for it. Whee. And I want that there. I don't want it plonked in the middle. It's too perfect. I could put... I might put a row of eyelets on the bottom of this one. Yeah, because I can. 1, 2, 3. It's making me use up all these eyelets in colours I don't always use, isn't it? I'm going to use 3 silver on that. Take those backy bits back. Yeah, 3 silver. I've got copper, but they don't squash very good. Yeah, the quality on them, I don't know why, but they tend to split. Yeah, silver on that one. I could put 3 different colours on, but I'm not quite ready for that degree of randomness in my life yet, I don't think. I might, like, you know... No, I might text my bed ill again. Oh, I definitely need a lie down in a dark room. I've got 2 there. I thought that seemed a bit thick. There you go, mate. I think that might be slightly different. I don't know. Whee. Do you know, I would have never thought of putting eyelets on a cluster if this challenge had not required that I use something off my desk. I mean, I had a plethora of different things on my desk, and eyelets are the ones I went for. Right, I want a nice big label for this. Ooh, I've used that one once already, but does that mean I can't use it again? Does it? Does it? I don't know. That's a big one. These are big, big. What else we got? Big, 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 big. A ticket shaped one. That's good. Oh, I like that. Reserved seat, train departure. Oh, yeah. I needed a bold label on that one because of all that, didn't I? Yeah. I do like that one. No, you've used it once. Use a different one. Give someone else a chance, woman. Right, we'll go for the glue. When I started this today, I honestly didn't know if I were going to stick an eyelet in every one, but I have. And I can. It's not like they're all going to go in the same project, is it? You can go there. Yeah. And then I'm going to put an eyelet over here. Just under the date. And we'll use that one that's already on the desk. So, there we have it. I might just carry on making these. So we've made 1, 2. We need to finish this one now and this one. Right, I'm going to do these pretty quick. See if I like them as much when I just whip through them. How long have we been going? 26 hours? Oh, 3/4 of an hour. Not too bad. We can spend an hour making clusters. There we go. That's that. What does that? I never think to read dictionary sometimes. Camper van. I'm sure it said camper van. Campanard. Camper. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, sometimes I have been known to put rude words on and not realise I've done it. But if you do that, all you then need to do is just slap something on top of it. Just cover it up again. World will not indeed end. I like that. Self-including household and personal payments. Ooh. Yeah, it was a farm ledger, this. There are some pages with writing in, and it's like, wow. When you look back at how cheap things were in 1950s, it's like, oh dear. Don't even. Yeah, I'm going to put that up there because I'm going to put my label sorter in the middle. And I want a pretty plain label because we've got a lot of writing on that. But I want a bold label. Yeah, table element, I like that. Bitter ink, slap it on. Whee. Don't know where my eyelet's going to go on this one. Oh, don't have it wonky. You'll lose sleep, woman. You can't have it wonky. It's not going to do. It'll never do. There we go. I had that red line there. So I think I'm going to put my eyelet up there on this one. I mean, you could even turn these into dangles, I suppose, seeing as they've all got eyelets stuck in them. Let's have a gold one again. Yeah. I'm liking the gold. I haven't used gold eyelets for a while. There we go. And for this final one, all we know is we want to put that on it. So I've got, got that. And, I've got that. I do like the look of that check paper on this. Ink that up. But you can put anything you want on. There's just something about random things glued together that looks good. I don't think it should look good, really, should it? But it does. Us junk journalers know that, don't we? We do. So you can go there. Bit of straightness to it. Not too much. I'm going to have you there. Ooh, do you remember when I was going to put a tab on one of them? And I didn't. I'm going to use that label as a tab. So I did get to use that label again. I just have used it slightly differently. Because I think this is one that is going to look good with a tab on. Yeah, that's going to look good. Or maybe at that side. I don't know. That side better, do we think? I think that side better. I don't know why, I just do. I'll put that on last, though. Let's stick this on. And we want a tall label for this. There are some tags. I can put that on. Oh, there we go. Private collection. So we've covered half of that up. I wish I'd put that further along, but I could have that hanging off, I suppose. I'll do one with the label hanging off the side. Go on, you've convinced me, because I want to see some of that. If you don't want to make that mistake, don't glue anything down till you've decided everything that's going on. Yeah, that'll do. But like we say, it's never wrong, it's just different. And if no one's watching you make them, no one will ever know if it turns out different, will they? Because they don't know what it was going to turn out like. They can't read your mind. A bit of glue needs to come off there. It'll be okay when it's dry. And I'm going to pop this on here as a label. As a tab. This label on as a tab. I know what I mean. I got a bit vicious with that, didn't I? Do you know, I don't think I like that again. I may like it. I don't like it. How mad am I? Or do I like it? I don't like it, people, I'm afraid. We're going to have to make one more cluster to put that on. That one is going to stay as is. Get an eyelet in it, because that's the name of today's game. Let's have that one. It's like a brushed silver. I don't know where it is, but just sticking that eyelet in does something to it. Right, I am determined now to use that in some way, shape or form. Oh, I found out big ones that were hiding. Right, so what we got? What we got? I've got that. No, I don't want to rip that up. We've got that. I think that needs to go on a very large cluster. That's the problem, isn't it? We've got that. And I want something as a base. Yes, I'm going to use a piece of that because I can. I told you when I folded this in correctly in my last video I'd use it for something else. I didn't know it was going to be a giant cluster. But here we have it. Right, I need the straight edge gone from there. I can only cope with one straight edge, I'm afraid. Get your inking done. There we go. I'm going to put this huge piece of music paper on. I'm just going to get rid of some white at the bottom. All because I want to stick a label on it. All because the lady loves milk tray. Now, if you're not from UK, you won't have a clue what I'm on about there. We're an advert for a box of chocolates called Milk Tray. Yeah, and what used to happen is, wow, these days the people would be aghast at this advert. This dark, mysterious man used to break into this woman's bedroom and leave her chocolates. Oh my God, we just wouldn't put up with that kind of rubbish these days, would we? No, we wouldn't. Yeah. Although I'd have no objections. If you want to break into my bedroom just to leave chocolates, don't want no else, just the box of chocolates. Yeah. Oh no, because the lady loves Milk Tray. Oh my word. If you're not in UK, Google it. Have a look on YouTube. If you put in Milk Tray Man, I'm sure you're going to get some of the adverts up. Yeah, you were like a cat burglar. Yeah, you look like a member of SAS. Entering your bedroom to leave your box of chocolates. Absolute crackers. Right, this is going to be world's biggest square cluster. I'm going to need more glue on that now because it's going to have dried, isn't it? There we go. And all because the lady wants a tab. I did it. I did it. It actually looks good now. Crazy woman. And this is where the eyelet's going to go in this. And then I'm going to find another big label for the focal point. I should have waited till glue dried a bit better before doing that. But, yeah, I've got to time it well, have we? I'm going to put one of my last remaining brass eyelets in it. Stay. Good eyelet. Whee! Gotcha. Oh, I like that one. Did it. Right, grab your labels. Find a nice big one for the middle. We've used that before. No, I don't want that. What's that one? Received from and date. I quite like that. Get some ink on. Job's a good one. Whee. Someone asked me where I get all my sayings from. I do actually remember who asked this one. It was the lady. Was it? No, I don't remember. Oh, I'm terrible. Yeah. My mum used to say them. She was the queen of the one-liner. Whenever you asked her anything, she quite often just come out with some quote or... And I'm sure she made some of them up, you know. Because I say some things, I can't think of one offhand, that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, I'm sure my mum made them up. She should have wrote a book. I really need to write them down. Right. Oh, I like that now. There we go. So, yeah. That's going to make a lovely side tuck and an extra page tab. Right, I'm going to stop and gather up all my clusters and see how many I managed to make while waffling 10 to a dozen. Yeah, I do apologise if you've got an headache now. So, oh, I like them. Oh, I do. Pardon me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Tell me I've not made 13 clusters. I don't think I'm superstitious, but I could be. We've made 13 clusters, so yeah, whatever. We've made 13. Unlucky for some, but I've passed a lovely hour there talking to you lovely people, and I have 13 clusters at the end of it. So I do hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions or anything I forgot to put in description, just ask me. I will link Melina's channel, Miss E's channel, and I will link where I got these labels from, Tracie Fox's channel, and I'll link the actual item. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.